ready to play a little game?
Let's play a game.
We've created a game just for you, sweetie.
Right.
This is a game called Flexed or Next.
I like that.
Okay.
That's clever. Okay, flex or next?
Flex or next. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you an image and you're gonna say whether it's flexed, that means you like it,
okay,
or next, get it out of there.
Okay.
All right, let us begin. Flexed or next. First up, Michelle Visage.
Oh, flex, baby.
Yeah.
The legs, the arms. When was this taken?
I'm not sure, but she looks good. She's giving you
She's coming from my China gig, though.
Yes, she is.
She is. She looks amazing. It looks like she's been hitting the gym for months, bitch. She looks great.
Was it scary to watch? You've watched Drag Race, I'm sure, all through the years. What was that first runway like when they're all there? Because it's not like they come up and are like, "Hi, I'm Michelle.
No,
How
they
are
do
you?"
not. They do not do that. It's really intimidating because they don't even show. We aren't even allowed to see the runway until we walk out the very first time, and then it's like, there you are on RuPaul's Drag Race on the runway. The music's playing, and there are all 4 or 5 of the judges standing there, and you're just walking, and they're all like. Carson's with his glasses trying to see every seam and stitch in your costume. And you're just like trying to smile and serve looks, and they're all just judging. It's very intimidating.
They're doing what they do.
They're doing what they
do.
Judging, exactly.
What was your scariest critique that you gagged the most?
Oh, God. Well, see, the makeover was not good for me, and then I think probably the grandma, the Silver Foxy was interesting because I sucked in that challenge and then I served it on the runway.
Yeah, you did.
And so it's like they kind of didn't know what to do with me, but they were like, no, you still sucked really bad in that acting challenge, bitch. You were terrible. So thank God I had the runway because at least like they were like, but you were funny on the runway. So
yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I had fun with that. That was a good one for me. So it kind of saved me that episode because I was like, God, I sucked, but I was funny on the runway.
All right, flexed or next, CrossFit.
I am gonna next this shit, and I'm gonna tell you motherfucking why. There's a big difference between bodybuilding and CrossFit.
Yeah.
CrossFit is a whole lot of cardio and a whole lot of interval training, and baby, if you ain't used to doing cardio and you're a bodybuilder, CrossFit is no fucking joke.
Yeah.
That shit is hard. So mad respect, but I'm next in that shit. I don't want anything to do with that. No, thank you.
And they yell at you a lot.
And they yell at you. It's like I get yelled at enough in my life and my childhood. It's like I want to enjoy working out with my headphones in. I don't need somebody screeching at me on the side.
Come on, Cameron!
10 more, let's go! No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm all right.
Next, all right. Flexed or next, Drag Race lip sync stunts. Have we gone too far, Cameron?
You know what? We haven't gone too far. I'm gonna say flex, and the reason I'm gonna say flex is because I have been around Asia so much since the finale, and to deal with the trauma of that night as gracefully as she has, I'm gonna flex that bitch because somebody actually asked her at Pride in San Diego the other day, how are the butterflies, Asia? And when I tell you, she answered so gracefully in front of that entire San Diego Pride audience about the butterflies. So I'm gonna flex her because I don't know if I can handle that as well as she did, and she has done amazing with that since the show.
What did she say?
She was like, the butterflies are fine, they're good, they're all right. And the reason, I'll say it here in case nobody's watching at San Diego Pride, the reason the butterflies did not float away as they should have was because there's a certain temperature that butterflies thrive at.
Right.
And so it was very cold in the dressing room downstairs, and so by the time they were released, they were like, they weren't dead, they were sleepy and they were tired.
Yeah.
So they just fell. It's not that they were dead, they were not awake yet because it was too cold. Yeah.
Blame RuPaul's fair
It was RuPaul, and it was the air conditioning at the fucking theater, bitch.
Lady Red, can you please release the chicken nuggets that we had in your boobs?
No.
I'm eating them instead. Wait a minute, you were supposed to put those in your boobs. Shucks.
Sorry.
She didn't want a boob sweat on her chicken.
Yeah, exactly. All right, flexed or next, bullies.
Oh, next. And that was my entire childhood, and look where I am today. So you know what? Next that shit.
Now
it gets better.
You had a lot of difficult times in high school. How did you handle it then, and how would you handle it now?
I'd probably have a lot more to say now, and I would get beat up because I have a big mouth about that shit now. When I was little, I just kept quiet. I kept to myself. If I could have had headphones in at school, because we weren't allowed to have a lot of shit at the private school. My favorite thing to do now is to put in headphones anywhere I go. Airports, malls, anytime I'm in a public space, I put in headphones, and that was my safety net a lot of times when I was younger. If you have headphones in and you can pretend like you don't hear what people are saying about you,
right.
You don't have to react to it and you can move along. So when I was in my teens and I was out in public anywhere and I wasn't at school, I would put in headphones because if you don't hear the comments, you can just ignore it and keep walking. Even if you do hear them, you can act like you don't, and that way you don't have to react to it.
And they don't get any power.
And they don't get any power from that because that's what they want, is they want the reaction out of you. That's the only reason they're really doing it.
Yeah.
Like, they're not getting anything out of that, but they want to see you cry or they want to see you suffer. And if you don't give them that, it's like, where's the power? You don't give them that power.
What was on your headphones in high school? What was the music you were listening to back in the day?
Oh God, like I'm such a top 40s girl, and it's like anything I can perform to. So it was like Gwen Stefani, you know, Destiny's Child, Beyonce, Britney, Christina Aguilera. I mean, just any of the divas.
All the hair flipping divas.
All the hair flipping divas. J-Lo, I love J-Lo too. Like anything I could bop to, I was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flexed or next? Race chasers.
Race chasers.
People who love to make love to people on Drag Race, who will follow you to your hotel and all the rest. Have you had any experience with that?
I'm gonna say flex because anybody that loves drag or is a fan of Drag Race, we love that.
Have you been getting hit on a lot? Because you are kind of the snack of the season.
You know what? I haven't recently, and I think people have like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm so fishy in drag. People forgot that I look like a boy. I don't really get it that much until Asia decides that she wants to ask the whole crowd at San Diego Pride who wants to fuck me.
Oh, wow.
God damn it, girl. So then, as I'm leaving the stage at San Diego Pride, this poor little twink in the front row is screaming, fuck me.
Really?
I'm like, just trying to act like I don't hear this child. Like, who knows how old this person is? I'm like, oh my God, I'm too old for this. I gotta go, girl. Play my song. I gotta get out of here.
Fuck me!
Oh, it's wretched.
All right, well, that has been flexed or next. Now look, everybody, we're in big motherfucking trouble as a country. We got a treasonous Russian spy as the president. The only way that we can take control back of our country is to activate and be voting like crazy in November and onward. Every election is an important one. The old, rich, white people who are in power do not want to give up their riches and power. So they're going to continue to be working with corporations, polluting the environment, taking away our rights, and not representing or recognizing LGBTQIA people. So it's up to us right now, right, Cameron?
Right.
This is not a time for us to sit back and be in a bubble. We have to activate and vote, and make sure if you have a lazy friend who always has the right politics but is not actually getting their ass down to the polling station, you got to do it, right?
You got to go. You know what's funny is the last election was the first one that I made sure I voted for to vote against Trump because I knew how important it was, and so I was one of those people that wasn't voting, and I knew how crucial it was. So go out, vote is really important now. We've got to turn the country around, get it together.
Yes, because, honey, the earth is not going to save itself, sweetie. We got to do it.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Cameron, we have come to the filet mignon of this beach house barbecue.
I don't eat beef, but let's do it.
We have come to the chicken barbecue.
There we go.
Of this beach barbecue.
Okay, I can do the chicken.
We are going to get back into the race.
Okay.
Because you had such an incredible season with ups and downs and ins and outs and butterflies and all the rest and headpieces. I mean, you had so much going on.
Yep.
There's so much we want to know.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
First of all, congratulations. Top 3. It's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you
you.
did that. Like,
She
they
tried,
kept trying
girl.
to
She
knock your
tried.
ass out, and you said, I don't think so.
No, not today. I'm staying here.
Not
Damn it.
today. Like your friend Bianca Del Rio. You said, not today, Satan.
Not today, Rue. Not today.
Now, did you audition multiple times for Drag Race, or was this your first time?
I sent in a tape. I think it was Violet's season, the season that Violet won. I sent in a tape, but I sent it in like literally 11:58 p.m. on the deadline.
Right.
So I don't even know if they got it. So I consider this really my first time auditioning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was your tape like?
I loved my tape. You know, I watched it afterwards and I kind of got nervous because I was like, bitch, this is good. This is cute. Because I served them everything that I thought that I could bring to the show. And I really sold my aesthetic to them. And I think that's why they chose me, was because it was something, I was a different type of queen than they'd ever seen on the show before, you know. Not necessarily the muscle thing, but just being, you know, a little more quiet and introverted, but then also being a great performer. I think that's why they chose me.
Yeah. Okay. What was like? You were forced to walk into the workroom. What was that day like? Because you've been hidden away from each other.
Yep.
You know there are other queens all around the hotel.
Yep.
But you don't get to see or speak or whatever. Nope. What is going through your mind on that first day?
Oh, it's so intimidating because the whole day, first day, is meeting the other queens, meeting RuPaul, and it all happens like that. And you realize, oh shit, this is where I'm at right now. What did I get myself into? At least that's how I felt, you know, not being a queen all the time and then suddenly being like on set for 6 weeks in a row. And I'm like, oh God. So it's just survival mode, honestly. And I think you could see it all over my face most of the season. I was just trying to survive.
Right. Now, going from only doing drag kind of part-time to being in the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
That must have been an adjustment.
It was, and that's why I said during the reunion, like I said, I think that's what they aired that part, is I was intimidated because I'm around 13 other girls that are used to doing this all the time and I'm not. So it's like I had to, not only was I on television and in front of celebrities all the time and judges and cameras, I had to adjust to being in drag all the time because I wasn't used to that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was a switch for me.
Now, you were like the lip sync assassin of this season. You kept surviving.
I did.
What was, now, after your first, how many times did you totally lip sync?
You know, I broke a record. I learned the other day. I broke a record for the entirety of Drag Race itself in all 10 seasons. I lip synced six times in a row.
Wow.
6 times in a row.
6 damn times.
Yep. And you know what I told people is like, I may have lost the show or lost the crown, but I was never told to sashay away, and I lip synced 6 times in a row. So.
Yeah, and that has never been done before.
No, it's never been done.
People usually don't survive the second one.
Nope. Mm-mm.
So what do you think were the things that you did different than anyone else ever through the seasons that allowed you to live?
So I think people they love to discredit me because they see me do a split or they see me do a cartwheel and it's like, oh, she does the same fucking shit every time. But the difference is you're not watching my mouth, you're not watching my face. And I really emote when I perform and I turn into whoever the character is or the artist that I'm performing. And that's what makes me a great performer. It has nothing to do with the tricks or whatever that's going on stage. Is I really transform into that person when I'm entertaining. And I think that's what saved me a lot is what you may have not seen during the lip syncs on the show is that's what Rue was watching for. She's watching for a great entertainer, and she's watching my face and my mouth more than she's watching my tricks.
Yeah, you always see RuPaul staring.
She's watching.
You can almost see who's going to survive by who is dropping into that character.
Yeah. She's watching your face and watching how you emote more than anything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, who was your toughest opponent? Do you think?
The person that The double Shantae with Eureka and I, of course I know Eureka dances and I was a little worried, but I think I was more worried for Monet. It was a Lizzo song, so it was like a really soulful song and I'm lip syncing against Monet, who I know is a great lip syncer as well. So I was probably most nervous to lip sync against Monet.
Yeah. You made it through. And you gave us so much great legography all the way through.
She tries.
Season.
But with her legs up in the air, you know.
Our
practice makes perfect,
Teddy's,
I guess.
His favorite move is when you lay back and you switch those legs back and forth.
That's been dubbed the Kameron now, and everybody tags me in it on Instagram now. Like all my fans are doing, and I'm like, a little more to the left though. Yeah, there you go, bro, you got it.
Hello, children. To see part 3 of this interview, click here. To see more Hey Queen fabulousness, click here. And don't forget to subscribe, bitch! Hey! Hey!